Good morning, Jamie.
Good morning. Welcome to Women Changing Our World.
This is like the best part of my week. I love it so much.
We're hanging out just because we're more organized when we're at the show.
That is true. More than like if you guys were watching this weekend, we did a cocktail hour from the Purple Couch at Pikasso Swig.
That's right.
And we had some technical difficulties, including Jamie forgetting to plug in the computer, so we ran out of batteries. But it was still fun.
It's very professional.
We talked to Rhonda.
We did.
About traveling. Rhonda. That was really cool.
I love Rhonda.
She's the funniest.
I know. She really is.
And we have a great lineup for today.
I know. I'm super excited. So Liza Borches is on today.
Very cool.
From Carter Meyer's Automotive, who is one of my favorite people on earth. I love her. She's great. She's going to talk to us about women in automotive.
Very cool.
We'll ask
I'm
her
going to
about
ask her for my, when the new VW bus comes out. Yeah. I want it in Periwinkle. I need to get on some lists.
Yes.
So I really want to ask about that.
This is the time.
I'm just looking at myself like playing on this thing. I'm going to have to do something about this hair.
No, I like it.
It's like frizzy central
outside.
So I apologize for my appearance today.
How was your week?
It was good. Well, so Lena,
yes,
my oldest, started virtual school today.
Oh.
I think we're going to have to like make some adjustments.
Yeah.
Because it's very hard. Meaning like she has like 6 classes a day. So she's expected to be on Zoom like 6 hours a day with like a lunch break.
Can't even
unacceptable.
Imagine. I can't even imagine.
And
that.
then homework. She's going to be alone in her room. Talk about like bad for mental health. She's going to be like alone in her bedroom for like 8 hours a day.
I don't know how that thing is going to work. I really don't know. I thought that it was going to be half a day, like 4 hours, which I could have like still long, but it could have been doable.
But then I think if you're paying as much as people pay for private school, you expect all this stuff. Listen, I'm still willing to pay. Like music, cancel it. Like electives, cancel them.
No, we can't cancel art, Kelly.
No, but that should be like you could choose. I wish it was more of a choice. Like, do you want to take Bible this year or not?
Yeah.
No.
But would anyone opt in for Bible?
Yes, I think Lena wants to. I was like, let me see if I can get you out of Bible. She's like, no, I love that class. I was like,
she does know a lot about the Bible. I'm not going to lie. If you ever want to talk to anyone about the Bible, Lena is your girl. Lena or Kelly's husband, Adam.
Both of them. Ask me. I know nothing.
Know a ton about the Bible.
They do. I know. What I know about the Bible really is like what I can remember from the History Channel series.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Which I liked.
Okay. And then you're like, and it's Christmas. Yeah. I know a lot about the Bible.
I know a little bit more than that. I mean, my parents did make me go to church growing up sometimes.
Okay.
Okay, something I do want to complain about.
Okay.
Everyone in Charlottesville that is watching, please wear your effing mask. I don't understand how people are not getting it. Please wear a mask. Please, if you're around other people, please be considerate and wear a mask. That's all. That's
the
all
gas station is dangerous.
No, that's why I don't go anywhere because like people don't follow the rules.
They do not.
Ooh, did you see over the weekend, I think it was Saturday, the dean of students for UVA posted this like 9-minute long video.
No.
Basically saying, UVA students, if you don't follow the rules and you get caught,
yes.
You're going to be suspended at minimum for the whole semester and you're not going to be allowed on campus. So then to top that off, I heard they created like some sort of like program where you can, as like a private citizen, if you see groups of students getting together and not following the rules,
you can report them?
You can record them and take a photo and turn them in.
Oh my gosh, really?
And do you know how many ninnies out there are going to be like walking around the corner like searching?
Oh my God, that is crazy, really?
Yes, I mean, I think it's legit. Because like Virginia Tech suspended 7 students. I think another school, maybe it was Wisconsin, I think, suspended like 38 students.
So what I don't understand is I think that the kids are going to do okay at school. I think that the kids are going to wear a mask. I think that they'll be fine. My question is, all of the restaurants and the bars on the corner that depend, like their livelihood depends on the students coming back, how does that all work? Are the bars reopen? Is everyone getting together and drinking? Like, is that okay? Because without the students...
It has to be 15 people or less.
How is that going to work on the corner?
I don't understand. I don't know.
All those businesses down there, like, how is that going to work?
I don't know. I feel sad for the businesses down there on the corner.
Me too.
My buddies at Mellow Mushroom, who I love, who gave me a pizza on my birthday show, they're doing delivery and they're doing pickup. They're not opening.
Interesting.
Because how do you manage that?
And Mellow Mushroom has one of the best beer selections in town.
Yes.
They have like a million beers.
I know. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. Students, let's see if you can like keep it together.
I think when it comes to drinking, I don't think anyone's going to be able to keep it together. I really don't.
I mean, I don't know. Listen, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And staying inside my home. And going to Pikasso Swig where nobody, because you're not open to the public. So those are the only two places I go, and then here. And I tell Jerry and Judah, like stay away from me.
But we did see Liza this morning, Liza, Judah's dog, and she is not wearing a mask, and I still kissed her because I love her. And
she's a good mascot. We need to make, do you know what? I'm going to make her a doggy t-shirt.
That would be fun.
That says like, I love CVille.
Yeah, or what about she's a woman. What about keep changing the world?
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
Dottie Williams said, there's going to be Karens running wild.
That's
around the corner.
It's so true.
It is so true. I'm laughing because it's so funny, but it's really not funny if that's happening. Okay, fraternity houses.
I mean,
how many guys? Jerry, you were in a fraternity. How many guys live in a fraternity house at UVA?
I would say 30.
Okay, so 30 guys.
And is that
behind
allowed?
Closed doors, living with each other? What do you think they're going to be doing?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think the fraternity is going to be wearing a mask.
No.
Alpha, Kappa, Delta. I don't see you wearing a mask. I'm going to turn you in. I'm going to turn them in.
You know, the Kappa Sig House at Ohio State, they got in big trouble.
Really?
And now Ohio State pulled their charter because they were like having parties, I think.
Really? Well, why don't we do this? Why don't we launch an undercover operation where you and I try to get into like a fraternity party?
No, I don't even leave my house to go to a restaurant to eat outside.
True. But we should sneak in and just see what they're doing. And then when we get in there, we're like, we are your mothers. Everyone put in a mask. And we just like blow up.
You want to start calling you, Karen. They're going to look up Pikasso.
Excuse me, I am old enough to be your mother and you're not wearing a mask.
I know. Well, we have some funny things at the end of today.
We're going to do, some videos.
Some funny, very funny back to school videos. Ooh, did you see, this is not women in the news, but it's news. My kids are like freaking out about it. You know how Trump said he was going to like ban TikTok?
Yes.
Unless like a U.S. company bought them or something. China has just said they're going to sue the administration. I didn't know that.
Over TikTok?
Well, I mean, think it's a huge...
I know.
Like, it's worth $1 bazillion. But I didn't know a country can sue somebody else in a different country. I didn't know you could do that.
I don't think that's ever been done before.
Oh, wait, listen. It's 2020. Anything is possible, Jane. There are two hurricanes coming at like one after another.
Yes.
Like hitting the same place.
That's right.
That's never happened.
I know. 2020
These wildfires in California, murder hornets.
Yeah, the killer bees. These genetically modified mosquitoes that are like coming.
I don't understand.
Who knows?
2020, let's get a divorce.
All right. Are you ready for Liza?
Oh, I'm excited for Liza because I'm very excited if she can tell me if I can get this VW bus. I mean, I also want to talk to her.
She doesn't know it yet, but she's really excited to give us a bus.
No, I will buy the bus.
Let's call her and see what she has to say about the bus. I love Liza.
I like the music that plays during there. I think you...
Hi! There she is. Good morning. You too. So you're going to see me, and you're going to hear Kelly talk.
I'm still here. Don't leave me out of the conversation. I have lots of fun things to ask you.
Well, I just wish I had a really cool background like you guys do. I love your I Love CVille backdrop.
Oh,
we love CVille.
We should get you one.
So where are you today?
I'm actually down in Williamsburg today at our Ford store down here.
So fun.
So I jetted down here so I could get here in time to talk to you all. So I wasn't in the car and being distracting with cars flying by me. So.
So before we get started, so why don't you tell us who you are, what you do, and just tell us a little bit about yourself.
A little background.
Sure. So I'm Liza Borches. I am the president and CEO of Carter Myers Automotive. And what we do is we move lives forward for our customers, which are many, for our associates, which are almost 700, and for the communities where we do business, which now is 6 markets across Virginia where we have automobile dealerships. In fact, I want to change that word. We aren't dealerships anymore. We're automotive retailers because the way we're doing business is changing. And then it's not about deals and going into dealerships anymore. We are retailers for awesome products that our customers need. So we are in Charlottesville as our home base, obviously, and that's where I live and where my kids go to school and where we are involved every day. But we are also in Richmond, in Stanton, in Williamsburg, where I am today, Woodstock, and our newest dealership is up in our newest automotive retail facility is in Winchester, Virginia.
I can't believe I remember. So tell us also a little bit about how you got started in the automotive business, and then I'll tell you what I remember about Liza.
Ooh, I can't
So
wait.
you
I
tell
wanna
me
hear it.
how you got started in the business. Tell us.
So I'll give you the very short version. Obviously, my family's been in it forever. I am the fourth generation of our family to run this company. But how I really got started, my first job was with Honda. I was with American Honda Motor Company out in California after I graduated from UVA. I was dying to get out of Charlottesville for some crazy reason. I had been in Virginia my whole life, and I felt like I needed to go spread my wings. So I went to California and worked for Honda and traveled around the country for about 7 years. And my husband and I were getting married, wanted to put down roots, wanted to be a part of a community, and there's no better place in Charlottesville to do that.
I agree.
So we moved back and we bought the little Volvo dealership that was Herb Brown Volvo over on Ivy Road. And it became Volvo of Charlottesville. And that was February of 2004. So I've been in automotive, but on the manufacturer side. And so we bought this little dealership. My husband was not in the automobile business at the time. And we had, I think, 14 associates when I bought the store. And it was such a small dealership that thankfully I was selling cars, I was doing finance, I was buying used cars, I was overseeing service, I was driving the shuttle sometimes. And then at the next year, my first son was born, and he pretty much was born in the dealership and lived there with me and with my husband. So that's kind of how I got in the business. And our company at that time, the Volvo dealership was the 5th dealership in CMA, and we've grown a lot since then.
Okay, so I work in a family business as well, which always has, some challenges. Some awesome things come with that, but, some challenges. So who in your family is still involved in the business?
So my dad is our executive chairman, and I will tell you he's my best mentor and advisor, and he will never fully retire, I don't think, but he hasn't been involved in day-to-day for a while.
Our dad should be best friends.
He does jump in. He'll do projects every once in a while and is an incredible help when he wants to jump back in. And he's still really involved in the industry from a big picture perspective. So he is still involved, and my husband is still involved on our property side of our company. But that's it. I have a little sister who doesn't work in our company and no other family members.
So you're like the boss lady. That's kind of how mine is set up a little bit, although my husband does the majority of the work. I'm more of like the little sister, but I get to jump in and do some things sometimes.
So you remember, I worked for Brown Automotive for 100 years. So I was there for almost 15 years. And I remember when I started, and Liza was at the Volvo store because I started at Brown in 2006. So you were running the Volvo store. And I remember that at the time, there weren't many women in the industry. There really wasn't. Right. So when I was in the industry, so I was the only one
Jamie,
on the management.
we're not interviewing you. We're interviewing Liza.
But I remember watching Liza and saying she was such an amazing example of a woman in the business that was moving up, and she was running this Volvo store. And my dream at the time, I was like, one day I'm going to have my own dealership. I'm going to be able to run the store. And I always watched Liza and everything that she did because she was such an inspiration and she did it. And I remember when she became the president, and I sent her an email and I was like, I am so proud of you because you did it. She did it. She is the most amazing person and running all of these stores. I can't even imagine.
I know. Okay, here's a weird question. What car do you drive, and do you switch cars all the time because you can?
So I will tell you, and this is kind of a secret that I'm telling on Facebook, I'm not a huge car person.
What?
I love people, and our business is really about amazing people that I get to work with and meet every day. So I'm kind of boring when it comes to cars. I've driven a Volvo forever. I drive one and I switch it out maybe every 8 or 9 months. We like to drive it to about 10,000 miles and then we sell them as demos. And so I drive a Volvo XC90 plug-in hybrid.
Very cool.
And so when I'm going around town, I pretty much go in pure electric. But when I have to drive to Williamsburg, it gives me the option of obviously being able to put gas in it and get, all this way. But then the only car that I really love, I have a 1982 Jeep Scrambler that was restored that my husband gave me for a birthday present like 4 years ago. And I've always thought I'm not a car person, and I love this Jeep. I love it. I drive it on weekends and evenings all summer. In the winter, I put it away.
That is
so
really
that's
cool.
a fun toy.
So fun. Okay, so I like cars.
Yeah.
I had a Mercedes G500. Loved it. Now I had to get like a different car. So now I have a Yukon Denali. But what I really want, and like with everything I have, is I want the new VW bus in a periwinkle color. Do you have any connections with VW?
Have you seen this bus?
Of course, I have a Volkswagen dealership in Stanton.
Okay, so how can I do I have to get like on a waiting list? How can I get this bus? I will buy it, I will pay for it, and Jamie and I are gonna like drive it across the country.
So what I'll do when we finish this, I'll make sure I have your information. So as we get more info as far as timing and all that good stuff, I will do everything I can to get you like the first one.
Okay, yes.
I think there's a lot of excitement around.
I am so excited. I would give you free Panera for the rest of your life if you can like get me one of these buses.
I do love Panera.
See, she's so excited. So what she wants to do is she wants to buy this bus, and then her and I are taking a road trip. And we are going on the road, and we are going to go cross country, and we have to make it to the Bigfoot convention. So that's happening. So we need to get there, obviously. I mean. So tell us, so how has things changed during COVID?
Oh, yeah, that's
how is selling changing? I know you guys are doing delivery. What have you done during COVID?
Yeah, I think, there's almost been like two halves of COVID, March, April, and May, where things were pretty well shut down.
Right.
We were still luckily able to sell and service cars. We were considered an essential service in the state of Virginia. They did recognize that people who were going to work at the hospital and grocery stores and other places, they still needed reliable transportation.
Right.
They needed to be able to service their cars, and at times they needed to be able to upgrade or replace something if it wasn't worth fixing. So during that time, most of our sales were really in a unique space where we were doing a lot of even paperwork transactions outside or at people's homes or wherever they felt comfortable buying a vehicle or even dropping a vehicle to us for service. And we put really strong processes in place to make sure that we were doing everything from cleaning key fobs and dropping them in plastic bags so that nobody had to be touching and using gloves, to learning how we could send people paperwork to review at home through their iPad and do signing. And we had a lot of this technology before COVID, but unfortunately, both our customers in some cases and our dealerships just weren't moving fast enough.
Right.
So what was awesome was like COVID pushed us through that barrier that was in a lot of our mindset to say, we can do this. Why are we not doing this? And then our customers have said, you know what? That was an awesome way to buy a car. I will never buy a car the same way again.
Yeah.
So I think it's been a win-win across the board. Now, I will tell you that in June and July, we got crazy busy. It was like some pent-up demand of people who didn't feel comfortable in the phase one. And so we really had to manage things a lot differently in June and July. People did want to come back into the dealerships, and they did want to be test driving cars. We didn't allow anyone to get in the vehicle with them, so they had to take a test drive on their own. And in some cases, they might be sitting in the car next to my sales associate, each of them on FaceTime, going through all of the features and benefits in the car because they couldn't sit in the car together.
That's cool.
Wow, that was really good thinking.
To, find some different ways to do it. And it might be the customer was at home doing a test drive overnight, and we would FaceTime with them and kind of answer questions. So
that's so smart.
I think, we learned how to use technology in awesome ways that I think will be the future of our industry and probably, a lot of industries.
Okay, what happens? I've always wanted to know this because I'm always so nervous when I buy a car to go on the test drive, right? Because it's like a new car.
Yeah.
You get used to your own car.
Right.
And I'm always afraid I'm going to like crash it. What happens if you test drive a car and while you're test driving, like you wreck it?
So most people who are test driving a vehicle have a current car, so you do have your own insurance. Okay. And so you sign a dealer permission slip usually, and so your insurance is primary, but we also have secondary insurance, so it's covered in all different ways.
I know, it's like, what a stupid question, but I really wanted to know.
Rarely has ever happened, but it has happened. It has happened.
No, I love it. And I totally agree with you. I think this is going to be the future of car buying. I think just like Liza said, the automotive business is kind of slow to change, right? So we go to these conferences and they're all like, this is the future. And then the dealerships don't do it. It takes like 17 years to get anything. Like I remember when iPads came out and they're like, everyone will use an iPad. And it took like 15 years. But I do think that this will be the future of car buying. People doing paperwork over the phone or dropping off a car. I think it's so smart that you guys
and doesn't that kind of expand your business? Liza, because like you might have a specific car that some other dealership, like somebody that lives in Texas or whatever, they might not have that car.
Yeah. You know what I think it's actually going to change the most is we've always been a business that is very busy on Saturdays and evenings. And one of the biggest challenges in recruiting and bringing amazing people, especially women, into our industry has sometimes been the hours and the focus on evenings and weekends. Well, if we're doing business differently and we can deliver a vehicle to someone's workplace at 10 a.m. and let them drive it through their lunch period, and we can send them paperwork so they can review it at 5 o'clock with their spouse or significant other, and then they sign it overnight electronically, and then the next day we make sure the tags are on their car, it really could smooth out the times and days that we're busy. So if we could be just as busy on a Tuesday at 10 o'clock as we are on a Saturday at 4 o'clock, it would allow us to have more flexibility in schedules for our associates. It would allow people to be able to, I think, balance things better. So we got to really say, how do we use this technology to make sure that we can do business all day, 6 days a week, and not just, during those peak times.
It's so smart.
It's so smart. And are you seeing a lot more women getting into the automotive industry? Like, are you seeing a lot more, people coming and applying and just trying to get into?
We have, especially this summer. I mean, I think we were seeing it beforehand. If you look at like the last even 12 to 24 months, we've seen a lot more women, on our service drives. Pretty much 50% of our service advisors are now women. We're seeing a lot more in finance. We even have a couple female technicians now, which
I love that.
That's very cool.
But this summer, it's been fascinating. We've seen more young women straight out of college and some straight out of high school that are having a little bit of challenge in the current job market, trying to figure out what to do and where to go. And so we have seen more women applying this summer for sales positions, BDC positions, internet sales than what we've seen previously, which is really exciting.
Well, I love that. Do you know what? I'm telling you. So the last time I bought a car from I won't name the location because now I'm only going to buy from you, Liza. There were no women sales. I showed up by myself with I think my dad came to watch. I had a toddler at the time, so to play with her while I was like test driving and driving a car. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll buy this car. And he was like, the salesman was like, oh, well, here, you can use my phone to check with your husband. I was like, excuse me? Like, I can write my own check. Like, I don't need to,
Big no in automotive.
So I'm only gonna buy from women. That was an awful experience. So, Liza, you're gonna be my girl.
I will tell you, Kelly, we have some awesome men in this industry too. So I never want to minimize that. Like, we've got some awesome men that have made this industry great.
Yes.
But we all live better when we live in a space of diversity, of diverse thought, diverse gender, diverse race, diverse age, diversity of ideas. And so we know that our industry will never be as great as we want it to be if we don't have more women. And it's not because women necessarily always do it better, but we bring a different lens and a different perspective.
Right.
And I will say last year, so we do this recognition program called Myers Flyers for all of our top performers. Our number one service advisor in the company was a female who started with us as a receptionist and has moved her way up. And she just had her first baby in March in the middle of COVID. And God bless her, she took 6 weeks off. She's like, I am coming back as soon as I possibly can. And we even encouraged her. We're like, please stay home with Ben longer. But she was dying to come back. And then our top sales associate in all 15 dealerships last year was a woman.
What?
So top supervisor and top sales associate, both women last year.
I love that.
For the first time.
It's amazing. And I do think that your group is so diverse. And I love what you're doing. So tell us about the program where now everyone that works for Carter Myers is now an owner. So tell us about, because I love, love, love this.
Well, what's awesome is that it's not new.
Right.
It's actually, we've been in ESOP since 1979. So our associates have, in fact, our fourth largest stockholder in the company is a service manager who started with us when he was 17 years old as a technician at our Honda store in Petersburg. And so, because with this plan, it's called an ESOP, Employee Stock Ownership Plan. Every year, a portion of our profits, usually 10% or more, we've been as high as 28%, we contribute into the ESOP, and it gets split among all of the associates of the company. They have to have been with us since April of that year. So typically their first full year with CMA, they become an owner. And that money that's contributed in buys stock in the company, and each of them receive a stock certificate. And then as the company performs, and when I say performs, the only way our stock price goes up is if we're doing a fantastic job taking care of our customers and providing the experience that they want and evolving to what our customers desire, as well as having a group of associates who are proud of where they work and engaged in the company and believe in our mission, vision, and values and stay with us a long time. That's what contributes to the stock price going up. So as our price is going up, our associates or owners of the company are basically developing an awesome retirement plan. And at some point when they retire or leave us, they've got a nice nest egg. We buy their stock back at that point, and hopefully they have a great second phase of their life. So out of our associates, the only ones that wouldn't currently be owners would be the brand new store in Winchester. And so everybody, that store will join us next year as owners of the company.
Amazing.
I love that. I love that. I love how you're taking care of your people. Like, you're giving them every opportunity to do the best that they can and succeed and do well for their families. I love that. I think that's great.
And being a part of a family business is so incredible. And I think that you guys have done such a good job of really making everyone feel like literally a part of the family, that everyone is an owner and everyone buys in, and it helps with turnover, right? Not a ton of turnover at their business, because it's when everyone's working toward the same goal and they believe in you and your family so much, I think that, they become lifelong employees. Which
Jamie,
is
are you going to leave me on the show and go work for Liza?
I do love Liza.
Jamie wants to know if you are hiring.
I tried that. I tried to get Jamie.
I do love their automotive group, because coming from a family business, I watch them and I love them, and I really feel wholeheartedly, I really believe in what you guys are doing. So
yeah. Well, it was so exciting. Okay, so I have another question. What is the number one dealership that you have? Like, what are the most popular cars being bought right now?
Yes. And what franchise are you most excited about? Who's doing cool things this year? Because the franchises do a lot.
Oh, those are tough questions when you have 17 different franchises, because every one of them has a unique space that I think that they are moving forward in. When you say the number one dealership, and we can measure it in so many ways. We can measure it just based on how many cars are sold out of it. We can base it on how large the service department is, how many service customers are coming in, what our best customer satisfaction is.
Right.
I will say our largest volume dealership historically has been our Honda store in Richmond, CMA's Colonial Honda. We've had that store since the early 70s. It is our second, I guess now it would be our oldest dealership in the company.
Do you know, my first car was a Honda Accord, two-door black, Honda Accord LX, FYI. I love a Honda.
My first car was like an old beat-up Grand Am, like a two-door. It was two doors, and I remember I shared it with my father because he never drove because we lived in New York City. One door didn't even open, but that was fine with me. I just would squeeze in. I was skinny at the time.
The technology that's happening in cars today is so exciting. And when you say who's doing awesome things, if you look at what Volvo's doing, Volvo's put a pretty strong stake in the ground saying that going forward they will never produce another vehicle that has only an internal combustion engine. Really? It will either be fully electric, plug-in hybrid, or hybrid. They are fully believing that we need to go down the path of alternative fuels, and electrification is the way Volvo's going.
Amazing.
But then you look at some of the things that Subaru is doing in the areas of safety, and the way that Subaru gives back to the communities is just, it just warms my heart. Yep. And I feel like the partnership that we have with them as a retailer is unique and awesome.
Yes.
And then I look at Honda, and Honda is interesting. They're one of the few manufacturers that have the ability to go down any path that we want to go with alternative fuels. They fuel cell, hydrogen, electrification. And then volume-wise, Honda's just got the ability to kind of pivot where they think that things are going to need to go. So there's interesting things going on all over the place in our industry. You see what Ford's doing with the new Ford Bronco coming out. We have more reservations than we'll even be able to fulfill probably in the first year.
Wow.
So there's just different interesting things going on with each
How
brand.
do you keep this all straight?
And the VW.
And the VW. How do you keep
And the
this
VW
all
bar.
straight and be a mom and like do this? Are you working 24 hours a
Yes.
day, all day long, 7 days a week? How do you do all this?
No, I just have really amazing people that work with me and work in our organization that help me try to keep it straight. But I will tell you that the reason that I got back into this was because I saw that you could be a successful business owner and be a mom and be a friend and be a daughter and be a wife. And, you know, I work a lot, but I also try to just work smart. And I don't miss my kids' soccer games or tennis matches. And yesterday we went on an awesome hike just outside of Stanton after I had a quick work meeting in the morning, which isn't normal for me on a Sunday.
Amazing.
So you just figure it out.
Amazing.
Right?
What a great
You
note
got
to
to have
end on.
great people around you.
Yes.
That's a perfect note to end on.
And I loved meeting you. Thank you so much for coming on the show. It was a pleasure, and I'm
was
going to
great
send
to
you.
meet you, too.
I'm going to send you my contact info.
Kelly needs the Volkswagen bus.
And I think you're neighbors with my parents, or like you guys live like a few houses down. So I should
really?
introduce you sometime. Rick
You
and
should.
Rosemary Postal.
We should have, yes. You should meet her parents. Your parents would love Kelly's parents.
Can't wait.
Well,
nice to meet you, Kelly.
Thank you.
Jamie.
Thank you so much. We love you. You are an inspiration. Keep doing what you're doing and keep moving lives forward. You're an
Awesome.
inspiration.
Thank you.
so much.
Have a great
You
day.
too.
Bye.
She was the cutest. I
Is
loved
she the
it.
best? She's the best.
If she thinks I'm not going to send her my contact information to get that bus, I am.
I mean, this is like, and coming from automotive, I can tell you that this is a high-powered job. This is not just someone sitting in an office that's the president of a company.
Right.
She is traveling all over to all different conferences. She has kids. She's doing it all, and on such a high level that she has really always been an inspiration to me. Their automotive group could not be sweeter, and they're nice. Their service is great.
Well, with a leader like that,
just
like
kudos.
it's a no-brainer. And do you know what? I love that it's a family business, and you know I am in
Yeah,
a family business.
right.
My family owns a business. The best thing about that is you can kind of make up what's important to you.
Right.
You're like someone's not being like, well, this is
Exactly.
important. So
Right.
what's important for my family is the children's hospital.
Right.
Local children's hospital.
Yes.
On Friday.
Oh, yes.
Dude, I think you have a picture.
Judith, you have a picture?
On Friday, so we do this Change for Children
Yes.
program. So we ask people, like, do you want to round up to the nearest dollar,
Yes.
donate your change? When we first started, everyone was like, how much do you think we're going to make? And I was like, I think we would probably raise a ton of money. So our goal was like $50,000.
Yeah, which is still a big goal.
Which is still a big goal. Okay, so the picture's up there.
Picture's
So
on
we
screen.
did a huge check presentation this Friday to UVA Children's Hospital. You were sweet and came and supported. We had Dr. Nataro. So we donated the funds to UVA Children's, and it's going to pediatric transplant. So
Awesome.
we're going to be
Amazing.
supporting pediatric transplant for the next couple of years. So if you're at
So
any of my
amazing.
Panera locations, please round up your change. It makes a huge difference.
I
This is
think-
not Panera giving the money. This is like the community
Right.
giving the money. We just happen to be a location where you can do that.
Right.
So,
And I had the pleasure of being out there to see the check presentation. And what was really cool and was really touching is there was a child there who
Yes.
who received treatment at the hospital and has now recovered. And he was there, and he's about 10 years old now, 10 or 11.
he's the cutest.
The cutest kid. He's running around with his brother, and I said to him, "Hey, buddy, you ready for school this year?" And he's just running around, and his parents couldn't have been more grateful.
Yes, but it was very good.
It was really awesome. So thanks for all you do for the
No,
community.
of
I mean, it
course.
was really
But the
really
point
great.
being, in a family business, you can do things like this.
That's right. No,
So
I mean, you're right.
We love
And
it.
I think that's perfect. Let's jump into the news.
Oh, hold on.
What's your-
Cheryl Lynn
Yeah.
said, "Do it, Kelly. I want the bus too. They're the best." See, I am not the only one that wants this bus.
the periwinkle bus.
I'll take any color, but I really I'll do any color but the ugly green color.
I cannot wait to see this. And I think Liza can get it for you. That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. Jerry,
That'd be
Judah,
awesome.
don't you think I can rock that bus? That'd be dope.
And then maybe we're going to...
I can put an I Love CVille sticker on the back
That's right.
and drive around.
And it probably has, it's all the new fancy technology in it, too.
No, so it doesn't have like a dash. Is that what I call it?
Dashboard? Yeah.
No, so now it's just a big iPad.
Yeah, right.
And that's all it is on the inside. And then
Right.
in the back, the captain's chairs,
Yeah.
they swivel so you can turn any direction, and then they can all lay down to make one big bed in the back.
I mean, this is pretty awesome.
Everyone else hate the bus, so I can get it. It's an awful bus.
Right, it's
Do
awful.
not get this
Do
bus.
not put your name on the list
Don't
at
put your
all.
name. I mean, you can get one after I get one.
That's right.
I want to be the first one.
That would be really awesome.
I know. Maybe you could like paint it. You know, like those old VW, like vintage ones that people like all the hippies would paint.
Where is Volkswagen made?
Isn't it Germany?
Volkswagen. If it's made in Germany, do you know that a lot of times?
I think it's Germany.
I don't know.
I don't know.
So a lot of times manufacturers will do this thing called a European pickup, where you can actually go to the factory.
Oh, yeah.
Pick up your car, drive it all around. So let's say Germany,
And then you got to ship it back. I bet that's even more than the car.
It's all included in the price of the car. It's called a European delivery.
Yeah, but then they upcharge.
Well, I mean, probably a little bit, but not too much. Mercedes does it.
I had a Mercedes. I liked it.
You can go to Germany.
But it's hard because to fix those things is killer expensive.
Very true. Very true.
Okay, should we do the news and then we'll go to products and then we'll do some funny stuff?
Yeah.
So that interview was so good, so I'm like feeling really good about it.
I told you, I love her.
I know she was
and I
good.
could talk to her all day. All these people that we interview, I'm like, don't ever go. Liza, I'm telling you, is amazing.
Okay, well, we're running out of time and we still have one more person to interview.
Okay.
No, so let's call Josie to make sure we have time for her. And then if we can't get to women in the news,
Are you
then
sure?
we
But I
just
do just
don't.
want to tell you really quick that Melania redid the Rose Garden. If any of you seen Melania redid...
It looks like a cemetery.
redid the whole Rose
But
Garden.
whatever. Like I'm not judging. I'm just saying that would not be my personal
I think
taste.
that they moved some of the trees.
There's no roses.
They relocated them to another place.
So hold on. It's a rose garden with no roses? That's like a restaurant with no food. That's whatever. I'm not even going to get into it.
It would be a great place for a dog park. It looks
Do
kind
they
of
even have a dog? I imagine.
Of course they don't
I
have a
imagine
dog.
her with like a teeny tiny chihuahua, in like a very like a Chanel.
Melania,
jacket.
if you're watching, I'm going to give you a real challenge. I'm going to send you Bronx, and let's see how you do with that, okay, Melania? Forget the Rose Garden. You see if you can train Bronx, Melania.
Okay.
Let's see if she's watching. She is watching.
She's
Hey, Melania, I know you're
not
watching.
Okay, hey, let's call Josie.
All right.
Josie is this amazing.
Josie,
How old is Josie?
Amazing baker. She is 12 now, 12 or 13.
No, I think
I
she's
always
older than that.
picture her as a 6-year-old, but
I don't
she's
know.
not.
Did she answer?
Josie, are you there? Oh, her camera's going on.
Hi, Josie. We are so excited to hear about your cupcakes. We are even more excited to eat them. So, tell us who you are, what do you do, the name of your business. Like, tell us a little bit about you.
Tell us everything.
I make cupcakes. It's Flower Power Cupcakery, and we make fancy, I guess, cupcakes. So it's an online cupcakery, and we make sure our cupcakes have bold taste and creative flavors.
Yes.
So stuff. I don't remember.
So wait, Josie, but I don't mean to cut you off, but so how old are you right now? You're how old? 14? 14. And when did you start baking? How old were you? 8 or 9. So Josie has this really cool cupcake. So she's been baking. Her mom tells me, so I know her mom. She's been baking cupcakes since she was like a little kid. And we have tons of baby pictures of you making cupcakes. She's embarrassed. So she makes these amazing cupcakes. So if Kelly, can you hold these up? So Josie made
like struggling over here.
these, they're very heavy, these amazing cupcakes for us.
Look how amazing these are. I love them.
So what flavors did you give us today? Rum ball?
What? I gave rum ball and chocolate orange.
Chocolate orange. So is the chocolate icing like your go-to? Is that like the best icing?
Oh, in my opinion,
Yeah.
you mean? I personally like the Oreo icing, but the chocolate is a pretty close second.
Ooh.
And
Ooh, okay.
Which one are you going to try, Kelly?
I'm going to try this chocolate orange one.
Ooh, because I'm going to try the rum ball.
That's perfect. Josie, how long have you been doing this business?
around a year now.
Yeah.
I think.
Very cool. I heard, we were just talking about the UVA Children's Hospital.
Yeah.
And I heard this week you're doing something very cool. What are you doing this week with UVA Children's Hospital?
So I'm doing a promotion, I guess is what it would be, where anyone who buys a dozen cupcakes this week, we'll be matching a dozen for the frontline workers. So we'll be donating a bunch of cupcakes to.
I love it. Everybody watching.
cool.
Everyone go to her website. What is it?
It's for
flowerpowercupcakery.com, right?
Yes.
Awesome. We're
And
going
if
to put
you-
the link on our page so
Yeah.
everyone go out and buy a dozen cupcakes because then she's going to donate a dozen cupcakes to
Right.
frontline workers at UVA Children's Hospital. I love
Yeah.
that. Thank you for doing that.
Sorry, real quick. The website's actually flowerpowercville.com.
Oh, sorry, that was my fault. flowerpowercville.com.
Yep. I'm going to order a dozen.
I know. And Josie, so what other flavors can we order? Tell us about your menu.
Okay, so there's a lot. We have like traditional flavors, like chocolate, vanilla, like the simpler stuff.
Yeah.
But then we also have more unique stuff like lavender. Or I'm working on a taro cupcake right now. We also have cupcake pies where it's in a pie tin, like a mini graham cracker crust.
What? I'm eating this chocolate orange cupcake right now. I know you can't see me, but Jamie can. This cupcake is delicious. I love it. Okay, I have a quick question for you. What is your favorite cupcake to eat yourself?
I like the cookies and cream, the Oreo one.
The Oreo.
Okay, well, the next time we're going to have to order those.
And so I was talking to Josie's mom, and they're going to start doing cupcake flights. So they're little cupcakes that are paired with different wines. So you can have a
That's
little
so
cupcake
fun.
flight, and then you can pair it. So we're going to have to taste those at one of our cocktail hours.
I love it. What's the biggest number of largest number of cupcakes you've ever made in a day?
Oh, yeah.
120.
How long did that take you?
That wasn't for an order. I was a vendor at the Scott Wagner block party event. So if you're talking about order-wise, it would be 80, but yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of cupcakes.
You
That's
are
a lot
very
of icing.
impressive to be as young as you are and to be an entrepreneur and starting your own business. Do you want to do this do you want to be a baker when you grow up, or are you just doing this for fun? And do your parents let you keep the money that you make?
Good question.
Yeah, I do get to keep the money I make, but I don't want to be a baker. I want to be an aerospace engineer. So
An aerospace engineer.
Well, I think you could do that.
Oh,
I mean, I'd say why not? I am. But
Maybe
thank
I
you for
should've-
being on here and sending us these delicious cupcakes. And everybody, again, watching,
Yes.
if you buy a dozen cupcakes this week on her website, again, we're going to put the link on our Instagram and on our Facebook, then they will donate a dozen. So I'm going to buy a dozen.
Yeah.
Jamie, are you going to buy a dozen?
I am going to buy, maybe I'll buy a dozen just to donate because I'm doing the keto. So,
Yeah, so can we buy a dozen and then put it, tell you that we want the dozen that we bought to
Donated?
also be donated?
yeah, probably. Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I love
Okay.
that.
I feel like Judah and Jerry are going to buy a dozen.
Yeah, they're going to definitely buy a dozen. Jerry said, what, Jerry? 17 dozen? Oh, yeah, Jerry. Yeah, that's so sweet of you to offer
Yeah.
that. My God.
Yeah. Well, Josie, thank you for coming
Josie,
on.
thank you so
We are
much.
going to follow you. I know you're going to do amazing things. And again, thank you for being such an awesome baker and giving us these delicious cupcakes.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
The cupcakes are delicious.
She's so yes, they are amazing. I've tried the lavender one. The lavender one is delicious.
Yeah.
I am gonna take a bite of that rum ball.
Do it. I know Rick and Rosemary are already going to buy a dozen.
Yeah, they're delicious.
I know.
I love Josie. Her mom is great. An aerospace engineer.
Of course.
These
She's
kids
very
are
smart.
just, these days are amazing. Whatever happened to the years where kids are like, I'm going to be a fireman.
I know.
I really would
What
like
did
to
happen
be,
to that
I'm
year?
going to be a ballerina. Now everyone that we meet is like, I'm going to be the president. I'm going to be an aerospace engineer. I'm going to be the head of the UVA hospital. It's like, oh,
I know.
oh.
I know. Well, my 6-year-old, who is very funny, she is very funny. You know her.
She is very
Rory.
funny.
She wants to be a comedian, which I think is a perfect job for her.
She would
she
be
makes up
great.
jokes. I can't say what word she says around the house all the time because
Yeah.
I'm sure people with children around are watching.
Yeah.
She says funny stuff.
She does. She's very, very funny. And
She has red curly hair, which is even funnier.
red curly hair, and she learned to do this thing with her eyebrows
Oh, yeah.
where she goes like this,
Yeah.
and it's the funniest thing ever.
I'll
You
try
just
to-
look at her.
Do you know what? I'm going to try to video that and put it on our Instagram.
And we laugh hysterically every time she does it. She just looks, And she makes these faces. She's really, really funny.
Well, she is funny.
Anyway.
Okay. Speaking of funny.
Yeah.
Let's show the people watching these back to school. Virtual back to school pranks that like parents played on their young kids.
So on TikTok, okay, they did this thing. It's called the New Teacher Challenge.
It's the funniest.
And the parents, like, so these are kids that are starting like kindergarten, first grade, and they put up a picture, so like, of like Joe Exotic or these like crazy pictures, and they say to their kids like, hey, come meet your new teacher.
Yeah. Okay, let's play the video.
Judah, can you play the videos for us?
All right. One is starting now.
Hi. Clayton, do you want to meet your teacher now? Now that your sissy met hers? All right, you gotta tell her hi.
Hi. You're pretty.
There we go. Back to you.
Is that not the funniest? Okay, when I go home today, I'm gonna pull up like some sort of like, I don't know, mugshot of some crazy person and do it to Rory, and I'll try to tape it for you.
Oh my God, it's the funniest.
Anyone
right?
watching that are able to play that prank on their kid, please do it and send us the video.
And then we'll play it on next week's show. I love this, the New Teacher Challenge. It is so funny.
It is the best.
I love it.
I know. How many were on that video?
Just one. Judy, you want to play a couple more?
Oh yeah, let's play.
Yeah, play a couple.
Play the
Just-
next couple.
Yeah.
You can just play them in a row, please, Judah.
Play them in a row.
so everyone can watch.
Go for it.
Grayson, your new teacher is on FaceTime. Come here and say hi to her. She wants to meet you. Can you say hi?
Huh?
And now for number 3.
Grayson, your new teacher is on FaceTime. Come here and say hi to her. She wants to meet you. Can you say hi?
Huh?
All right. And the last one.
I love it. It's so bad.
Hey, Shanique. Come here. Your teacher's on the phone. He wants to meet you. This is going to be your new teacher, okay? Can you tell him hi?
Hi.
That's your new teacher.
All right.
They're good.
I love it. The
I know.
New Teacher Challenge. So send us your
no,
videos.
it's like, do you remember? I think Jimmy Fallon did the one and like told all the parents to tell their kids that they ate all their Halloween candy.
That was-
This is funnier. I mean, I'm gonna find the craziest picture.
That was really funny.
Jerry,
Melanie.
you got to do it to your son.
Oh my God, it's the
And tape
best. And there's so many videos. So if you just start, even if you look on Facebook and see the videos, it is so funny. So if you can do this to your kids, we
Do it.
highly encourage it.
Yes.
Please send us your videos so that we can show them on next week's show. We want everyone to prank their kindergartners,
Yes.
please. You're not doing anything else today. Get on that.
No. Okay. Oh, you have some other. Oh, let's do products, and then we have some funny tweets, right?
Oh, we do have some. So I have 2 products actually.
Okay.
So
Well, we had the cupcakes. That was a product.
I know you're jumping around here.
I know,
can't keep
sorry.
track of you. It's
I
all
know.
that Panera coffee.
I see. I'm like, crazy person today.
So check this out.
Okay.
This is it's from Silk and Sonder. This is a really cool planner.
It's very pretty.
So it's a woman-owned business, and she started this. So you remember the days of like, so you usually when the year starts, you get like this big planner,
Yeah.
and then you never use it, and it kind of like falls off.
Right.
So what she created with this beautiful planner that comes out once a month. So you
Okay.
subscribe, and every single month they send you a new planner. And there's all kinds of things in it. So not only is it like beautiful,
it is very nice.
it's beautiful. Not only are there motivational notes, there are different things like a mood tracker or so look, my favorite list. It's like when you go around like during the day, what are your favorites? It has you keep track of
That is
just all
very
these
cool.
things. Draw something how, whatever
That's a
it
good
is.
section for me. I could draw my horse, pig, unicorn.
Self-care. These are the things that I've done for
Don't
myself.
eat cupcakes.
Oh, look, here's a coloring page.
Oh, I like it.
There's so many things that you can
That's
do.
very cute. Okay, how much is that? How much does it cost? Do we know?
I think the subscription is like between $15 and $20. And then
That's
you get
good.
one once a month. Oh, look, there's a little recipe, tomato soup.
That's cute.
So it's all these things inside the planner. I love it. And once a month, so it reminds you, expense tracker. And every month it's different. So even if you subscribe to this and you get this August,
Right.
next August is totally different. So every single month she redesigns this completely new.
Jeez.
And it's never going to be the same.
So where
And
can people get that?
I know. They're
Where's it
handmade.
called?
They're made in California. It's
Okay.
called Silk and Sonder. So their website is Silk and Sonder, SILKANDSONDER.com. We'll put that on our website. But it's the cutest thing.
It is the cutest.
I'm going to sign up for a subscription. I really, really love it.
Do you know my daughter would love that?
Yeah, so Lena already told me when she saw it that she wants this.
Okay.
So I love it. Place for notes. So Silk and Sonder, you should definitely check them out.
I liked it so much.
It's really, really cool. What other product? Ooh, I have a fun product. So this is a book that my dad actually sent me this week. So at
That's your favorite artist, right?
my favorite artist. So what we're going to be doing at Pikasso Swig this upcoming school year is we're going to be doing some virtual art classes.
Yes.
So that are a little bit different than the things that we've done in the past. So this is going to be more educational, so a mix of art history, but also a mix of projects.
Okay.
So
I like
from
it.
preschool all the way up to high school, we're going to do like a learn to draw Disney class. We're going to do all these
Perfect.
books. So my father sent me this. So Keith Haring is one of my favorite artists in the whole world. He's the reason actually why I started getting into art.
Very cool.
He passed away, unfortunately, back in the late 90s, I think early 2000s. And his sister, Kay, wrote this amazing book. And it's all about Keith and about his time in New York City and like what he did. And so this afternoon, I'm going to be talking to Kay.
Have her come on the show.
I know. I'm going to try to get her on the show.
Kay, come on.
I
Tell
know,
us
Kay.
all about your book and your brother.
Yeah, I want to know all about it. So I'm going to talk to Kay. So we bought a bunch of copies of this book. So we're going to be using these at Pikasso Swig this year. I'm so excited.
I love
Keith
it.
Haring, my favorite. I've loved him forever.
Well, are you going to teach kids like how to draw like or how to paint like?
Yeah, so we're
In
going
your
to do, so
classes?
when we study an artist, so like Keith Haring will do like a whole graffiti lesson where kids
Ooh,
get
get
to
Ryan.
get to do graffiti markers, we'll do on canvases. Even for the little ones, we're going to do like a storybook reading and they'll be able to learn how to cut scissors and cut out like these little shapes and
I
things
love
like that.
it.
We'll do collages. Yeah.
How do
we're
people
gonna-
sign up on your website?
Yeah, on our website. So I just posted it. I'm trying to figure out the date still because we don't know with all the school schedules, like what's happening.
Can someone message us from
Yeah,
like the
it's-
public school systems? Can
it's
anyone
so
message
hard.
us and to let Jamie know like what kind of is like the schedule for the elementary age kind of kids?
It's so hard to figure out. Are they in school all day? Do they have any time? So a lot of our classes we're going to offer on Fridays, and then we'll do like a Disney class on the weekend, so kids can tune in. But it'll be a lot of virtual stuff. But this is fun. This
It's
is
so
not
fun.
like on Zoom, like where we're just kind of like, this is your art history lesson. Ours is like more like get out the paint, get out the stuff.
Have Lori test out your
Right.
teaching skills.
Yes. And it's an hour, so it's not like they're sitting on our, So, yeah, so check it out. It's on our website, PicassoSwig.com.
Okay.
Yeah, so those are our products of the week. Check those out. And let's
Okay.
get into some funny tweets
Let's
here.
do funny tweets and then let's
Okay.
briefly talk about who's coming on next week.
Oh, my God. I can't even. Okay. All right. Funny tweets of the week.
Oh, and I have something else to tell you. Remind me after the tweets.
This
very
is from Waterstones Piccadilly.
Ooh.
A customer just came in and bought a 2021 calendar. Sir, we admire your optimism.
Yes.
No idea. So this is by at Clinted Wards. My kids just asked if we could go to Chuck E. Cheese, and I told them it was now illegal. And let me just say, it was probably the highlight of my life.
Chuck E. Cheese is gross.
So gross. That ball pit. Oh my God. Although I do love, like, when I was a kid, I loved the ball pit. That was my jam.
No, my mom
But-
never let me in there.
Really?
Never.
Oh my God. It was so much fun.
No, they can't each clean those balls.
But okay, so how does Jump clean that styrofoam pit?
They just replaced the styrofoam.
Oh, you think? Well, why don't they just replace the balls?
Because I don't know.
Can you replace balls?
Well,
A doctor, doctor, if you're watching, can you replace the balls? I don't know. Can we say that? Okay.
I don't know. Jerry said we could say anything we wanted on our show. So,
This is from Ad How to Be a Dad. The exciting thing about exercising when you're older is that you can tell if you're getting healthier or dying. Who knows? Every day is a mystery. Which is so true, because that's how I feel. I'm doing the keto diet, and every day, I don't know if I am starving, like literally starving, or I'm like shedding off the pounds. Like, am I just melting the pounds off, or am I just
You look
slowly
very good.
dying?
No,
Do you
you look
think
very
so?
good.
Because
I do.
I'm really starving. And so if you're watching,
then
and
you're not eating enough.
If you
Jimmy,
have,
it's not a starve yourself diet. It's a no sugar, no carb diet.
I don't even know. I've
Eat some
eaten so
bacon.
much salami. If you're out there and you have a package of bacon that you want to send me, my birthday's not till March, but I will accept it. Bacon, salami is another one. I will accept avocados, but only if they're ripe because I don't like waiting.
I never can get that right, those avocados.
I can't do
I
it.
can't either. It's overripe, I don't know. I never get it right.
So Sid Beer says, me, wash his hands for 35 seconds to be extra careful.
Okay.
My 4-year-old carries someone's dirty sandal in her mouth before licking her face.
Very accurate.
Nate Comedy, he says, I'm not old, but I'm at an age where if I fall in the shower, it's going to be bad. That's so true.
That is true.
Slipping in the shower as you get old is a
I have
very,
a very
big
funny
deal.
story I'll tell you, though, when we are not on air, about someone falling in the shower.
Oh, God. Oh, look at this. Sarah Bella B123 says, not to brag, but 2020 me can totally drink college me under the table. So
Okay, that's
true.
great. Okay, we don't really have time for more.
What?
Although
Kelly's
there's-
trying to keep us on time. Kelly, we have all day.
We have all day. But
Jerry's show does not start
Judah's
for
gonna
one more
shut us
hour.
down. Oh, so I asked Judah this. Now we're like completely off topic. But I was asking Judah, because he is the director. Like, he controls everything here.
Uh-huh.
What happens if Judah gets sick? Does Judah ever get a vacation? Then what
No.
happens to our show? I know Jerry can't run this shit.
Judah just can't take a vacation. That's it, Judah.
Judah's got, locked down. And Judah can't be fired. What happens if Judah quit? I mean, who would be running the show?
Don't say that out too loud. Here's one more before you.
Oh,
God.
Oh, Jerry said he'd find a replacement.
Here's one more. At Pickle Rudd says, you never realize how many people you just don't like until you try to name a baby. Which is so true.
I've named two babies,
Right,
yes.
You're like, what about Agnes? And you're like, oh no, high school,
No. No.
Agnes, I did not like
Sarah,
her.
no.
Yep, Sarah, no, she dated my ex-boyfriend.
Right.
Absolutely not.
I know. I don't know.
There's only so many babies named. That's why people had to go to Apple,
I know.
Pickle.
Wait, someone just had a baby, a Glee star, I think, just had a baby, and everyone hated the name. I don't remember what
What
it
did
was
she
though.
name
I
them?
don't know. I couldn't figure that out.
You got to go with something
unique,
yeah,
but not weird.
I mean,
Unique, but not weird.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm obsessed with this show on Amazon Prime,
yes,
the Eco Challenge.
yes.
Listen to what happened yesterday.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
So I'm excited. We're going to have Lena McKnight on in a
Yes.
few weeks. She was a participant, a racer in this.
Yes.
Okay, so I called my buddy Becky Lynch, and I called my buddy Seth Wilson, and they're calling two more friends. We signed up or are registering for the Eco Challenge in Patagonia. I am not doing the race. I'm going to be the camp person that goes to the camp places, where they the check-in points.
Yeah.
And my dad and I are going to cook their food for them and set up their tent and that kind of stuff.
That is amazing. So you get to go to Patagonia for this.
I mean, we have to do this video and they got to accept us.
Oh, okay. So we're still in the process, but you
We're
signed
still in
up.
the process. But we're registering.
Oh my God.
How
How many people are going to be on this team?
Well, there's 4 racers,
Okay.
and then my dad and I to help the camp part.
Do you know how to cook? Are you cooking their meals?
No, they eat easy things like ramen.
Are you sure?
I mean, that's what it looked like on the show.
She doesn't even know. What if you
My
get
dad
them-
is a health fanatic. He'll
Okay.
figure it out.
What if they're expecting chicken and you're like, oh, this is really nice. I brought you this ramen. And they're like, this is not what we paid for.
No, they're my friends who are racing.
Okay. All right, we're going to have to step up our game. So this cocktail hour coming up, we're going to cook. I'm going to
Where?
show
At
you.
my kitchen?
Yep. I'm going to show you, or I'm going to show you at the store. I'm going to show you how to cook.
What are we cooking?
I don't know yet. We are going to make.
Can I pick?
I'm going to make you.
Can I show you how to use the air fryer? Because I really love it.
You're not going to have an air fryer in Patagonia. It's like if you were hiking Everest. You're not going to be like, I brought the air fryer. You have to be able to
Maybe.
make something on Everest.
No,
not
I
in
don't.
the air
No,
fryer.
they're a lot of We're gonna have to work with the nutritionist. I'm not gonna be making chicken parm on a side of a mountain in Patagonia.
Are you? I don't know what they eat in Patagonia.
Oh no, but there's another one in Africa next year too.
Oh, maybe.
So
I'll
if we
go down.
don't make it on the Patagonia show, we're
try
definitely gonna try again.
I'd
for
love
the
to
African
see your
show.
entrance video for this.
I know.
It's gonna be great. This
I
is
think it'd
gonna
be
be so good.
Okay, so what? Tell us who. Oh, geez, we're right perfectly on time.
Who's
Tell
on
us
next
who we
week?
have on next week, and then we have to skedaddle.
Next week, Joanna Garden is on.
Very
She
excited.
wrote this amazing book, Edge of the Map, about the life of Christine Boskoff. So we've been talking about this for a couple weeks. So Christine Boskoff was a mountaineer.
Yeah.
She was was one of the first, she was like the first female mountaineer to summit 4 of the world's highest peaks, and she still holds, American woman, to this day, she still holds that title. She's incredible. She has done Everest. She's done all kinds of different mountains, and she tragically died. And
You're ruining the book.
Well, no, I think that everyone knows. And then Joanna Gardner, she showcases her life, and she actually got Christine's journal. So in Joanna's book, she gives you excerpts of her journal. It's really awesome.
And
So-
don't forget, everybody, to listen to Serial, because then the following week.
Yeah, so the following week we have Rabia Chaudhry from Serial. She is going to be talking to us about the podcast, about Adnan, about her podcast Undisclosed, about what the next steps are. So we have a lot of great stuff. But if you should, so next week before, order Joanna's book. So on her website, you can order it instead of ordering it through Amazon. If you order it through her, she signs a copy for you. So it's amazing. So Edge of the Map, Joanna Garden, she is going to be incredible. And I cannot wait to hear about. I have so many questions.
I can't wait. I'm excited. My dad's reading the book, too.
I have so many questions.
Okay, well, Jamie, it was a fun show today.
Fun show. We had a lot to get to.
I know. We'll post when we're doing cocktail hour this week.
Yeah.
We're not going to do it on Saturdays. People are busy on Saturdays. No one
What
wants
is
to watch us
anyone
on
busy doing? Oh, you know what we're doing on Wednesday? I forgot to tell you this.
Do we nail that down, though?
Yeah.
Are we really doing it?
We are really doing it. Kelly and I are going on a private hop-on tour. So Andre and John have this company. It's called CVille Hop-on Tours. I'm sure you all heard of it. It goes around to different breweries and wineries in the area. They've done a really good job during COVID of sanitizing their buses and doing all the stuff. But Kelly and I are going to take a private tour. So John is actually going to take us around, and we're going to go meet some of the people at the brewery, socially distanced. So Kelly and I are going to do some tastings, but we're going to get on the bus, and we're going to have John take us around and see what's...
But we're going to be safe. We're going to have masks on. We're going to be socially distanced, and we're going to be outside.
We're not going inside anywhere.
No.
Sorry, but we are traveling to the place, and we're gonna taste some stuff. So CVille Hop on Tours, if you haven't checked them out, absolutely great business.
Okay,
and
what
their
time are we
drivers
doing that?
Are really fun. You know I'm not good with the schedule.
Okay,
I don't know.
We'll let you know.
We'll
Okay.
let you know.
Well, cheers,
So-
Jamie, to a good week.
Cheers! Thanks for tuning in. And we have so many cupcakes.
I know. We're going to
Okay.
eat them.
Thanks
Okay.
for tuning in. So thanks for tuning in. Women Changing Our World. Check out our website. We're going to post a bunch of stuff. Follow us on Facebook. Like our page. And we will see you.
And Instagram.
We'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Ciao!
Fun show today, Jamie.
Good show.
I really liked Liza.